Welcome to Behind the Lens. I'm your host, costume designer and wardrobe stylist, Jessi. Today we are talking petite pants. But first, please like and subscribe and talk to me in the comment section after the video. This video is inspired by my older sister, who is 5'1", and we've always joked, I'm 5'1", what do you want? And she always has trouble finding pants. So petite in the world of sizing is 5'3" and shorter. Petite is, of course, any size 00 to XX and beyond. My sister is also short-waisted, which is a fun family gene. And so we'll talk about that more later, and we'll take that into account when buying petite pants. So with styling, of course, I can't make one blanket statement. You're 5 feet, buy this pair of pants. I'm trying to make it as personal as possible to you, the viewer. We're gonna talk about silhouette and cut. Starting with silhouette, you're gonna wanna stand in front of a mirror and take your fingers and put them to where you think is your waist and kind of bend side to side. Wherever the natural bend happens is your natural waist. Now compare it to your belly button. If the bend happens above your belly button, you're most likely short-waisted. If it happens in line with your belly button, mine does, you're somewhere in the middle. And if it's below, you have a long torso. Next, let's look at your body shape, just how you are shaped right now, right here looking in the mirror. If you have a fuller bust with a defined waist and a fuller hip and butt, you are hourglass. Now, if you're slimmer up top, not a super defined waist, but somewhat, and then you get bigger butt and hips, you are pear-shaped. If bust to hips are kind of about the same, perhaps your arms and legs are a little slimmer and you have a rounder tummy, that is apple shape. If your hips, thighs are all about the same and you have a thicker waist, that's considered diamond shape. If shoulders, bust, waist, hips, butt are kind of all in line, there's not much definition of the waist, that is a rectangle shape. If you have broader shoulders and bust and everything kind of becomes narrow from there, that is an inverted triangle. So why is silhouette important? Well, I don't know how many times I've heard from clients, friends, family, I cannot shop off the rack because I am petite. The truth is, you should not feel limited just because you're petite. The other truth is, there might be less options immediately available because you are petite. You find a great pant, you love how it fits, but it's too long, you're frustrated, you almost don't buy it until you remember my voice saying to you, take them to a tailor or a seamstress to get them hemmed. You should always have a seamstress or a tailor in your back pocket for all of your clothing needs. This will save you time, money, exhaustion from searching, not finding what you want because it's not petite and being limited in that way. Well, how do you find a seamstress, you ask? There might be a shop near your house that you stumble upon. If not, I recommend trying your local dry cleaner. Many times there are seamstresses and tailors associated with the dry cleaners. And I recommend if you're trying somebody new to get a pant, maybe from Goodwill or something at a thrift store, and take it to them and have them pin it on you and see their work before you take a brand new pair of pants that you just bought. That way you can kind of make sure that you're happy with their work, you're gonna be pleased with what they do, and you're not gonna be sad if they ruin a brand new pair of pants. Here's a little tip too. If you are shopping and maybe you're in a rush, and you don't have time to go to the seamstress or something like that, you find a pant you love, it's not petite. See if it comes in cropped, because that might just hit you right where you want it to. It'll be the perfect petite length on you and not necessarily cropped, but you just saved yourself a trip with a seamstress. Next, we're talking cut, the cut of the leg of the pant. Is it skinny, slim, slim straight, wide leg, boot cut, or flare? Don't be afraid to wear a flare as a petite person. Just make sure the width of the flare does not extend past the width of your hips. Don't get mad at me when I say this, but 9 times out of 10, I do not like skinny pants of any kind. They end up looking like leggings, and you will hear me say this a lot. I am not a stylist that will ever recommend leggings as pants. They are not pants. Don't leave just yet. Stay with me a little longer, hear me out. I recommend a Ponte pant if you are going for more of that legging type of feel. It's a soft knit pant that's just a little more professional. It's got a true waistband, but it still feels cozy, and it's typically straight, like a tiny bit straight, so it's not so skinny and doesn't look like leggings. If you're going to do a Google search, that's Ponte, P-O-N-T-E, pant. All right, so now let's combine silhouette and cut. If you are short-waisted and a size extra large or above, you are an apple or an inverted triangle. If your waist is about in the center and you are an extra large or below, you are a rectangle shape. If you have a long torso and you're an extra large or above, you are a pear shape. If you have a long torso and you typically wear an extra large or below, you are a rectangle or an inverted triangle. So because you are a petite, you will want to find mid-rise or high-waisted pants, not low-rise. Typically short-waisted or you're somewhere in the middle, stick to mid-rise. And if you're long torso or somewhere in the middle, you could do high-rise. So it's all about balance here. So if you're an hourglass, that's why you don't want to wear a super skinny pant, because then it makes from your hip to the ground an inverted triangle, which isn't super flattering, versus a slim leg or a slim straight leg is much more flattering. Now for pear shape, boot cut, flares, and wide leg are actually super flattering, again, because we're balancing out the hips. Rectangle shape can pretty much get away with any cut that I mentioned earlier. However, boyfriend jeans and cargos actually look really great on you. And for apple, flares and wide leg pants are your best friends. And for inverted triangles, you want to look for slim straight, boot cut, or flare. Flares will really balance out your shoulders and your bust up top. And for diamond shape, you want slim straight, or boot cut. Avoid flares. Well, that does it. I hope my petite friends out there can go out and find some pants that you love, you feel great, and you look great in. See you next time. Some of my most favorite petite brands are, there is a subscription box for petite women called Short Story Box. How cool!